Aaron Snagger here from Snap Fitness, Townsville CBD. Melbourne Cup theme today, even though it was yesterday, don't give no shits. So, what we're going to talk about today, guys, is willpower, okay? Now, let me paint a picture. Let me paint a picture in that brain of yours, okay? Right, driving down the road, it's, 5:30 in the afternoon, you're coming home from work, you're like, I'm so tired, so exhausted, the boss is on my back all day, come on mate, get me the report. No. So, driving home, that's the story right there. Misso's at home, the kids are at home, they're hungry, they're pissed, they're starving, gotta bring home the bacon. Oh, what? Nothing's cooked at home. You gotta go home and do the cooking. Mickey D's drive through. Let's just take the Mickey D's. Okay, driving to Macca's, get cheeseburger, a little bit quarter pounder, a couple of frozen cokes. Take it home, give the kids a little feed, stuff your face with the bad fats and sugars. Next minute, heart attack. So, this is how we're going to talk about willpower today, and this is how we're going to talk about improving your willpower. Okay, so firstly, number one, what is willpower? Okay, so the definition that I'm going to use in today's situation is willpower is that ability to control your impulses, behaviors, and emotions surrounding a goal that you have set for yourself. So that could be controlling an impulse to negatively affect that goal, or the ability to control a behavior that will positively affect your goal. Okay, so that's where willpower comes in today. So two things about willpower that we now know, due to many observations and research in scientific studies, is one, willpower is finite. Okay, so that means willpower throughout the day slowly gets chipped away at. Okay, so you start the day with a certain amount, chipped away depending on different things. Okay, number two, numero duo, we know that willpower can be strengthened over time. Okay, like a muscle, through repeated exercise and recovery, you can improve your willpower if you use it wisely. Okay, so now that we know this, what are some ways we can maximize and strengthen your willpower to get the best out of each day? Numero uno, we know now that sleep is a massive affector of how much willpower you have. So, say you start with this amount of willpower in the day, boop, 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 knock it down, you go to sleep. If you only get 4 hours of sleep, you've only got a little bit of willpower left. Okay, if you get that full 7-8 hours, it's all the way back up the top. Okay, and then you can chip away at it again. So get your sleep, guys, very important, best you can. Numero two, we now know that managing stress or stress regulation is very, very important for affecting willpower as well. So as we're saying, things chip away, stress and anxiety and worry really chip away at your willpower. So what does that mean? How can you get around that? One is you can meditate. Okay, meditation has been shown to improve willpower. It really affects that prefrontal cortex there, which has to do with your decision making. Okay, so when you meditate, if you do it effectively, like recovery, you'll up your willpower a certain level. Okay, other ways to get around stress: if you're running short on time, you're in between clients, or you just got 5 minutes at lunch or something, stop, take a few deep breaths, slow it down. Couple of deep breaths. You'll be surprised at how much that will help you and knock your willpower up a little bit. Another thing, if you're in an office job, take a break from work every 30 minutes or so if you can. Walk around the office, say hi to a few people, get back into it. Okay, there's a few different ways to manage your stress. Yeah. Numero 30. Now guys, this is something you're already doing, so this is really good. Improving your fitness, or exercising and improving your nutrition, are two awesome ways at improving or helping regulate your willpower, maximizing your willpower. Okay, now proper nutrition, eating good veggies, eating healthy fats and right protein, helps with your brain functioning properly, especially that prefrontal cortex, which is the decision making part. Really helps it work effectively maximizing your willpower. Now, exercise also helps your brain. Not only that, but it helps manage stress. So when you exercise, your stress decreases because some happy chemicals are released into the body, okay? So nutrition and exercise, as good as you can get those, the easier it will be for your willpower to maximize, yep? Next one, do things when your willpower is at its strongest. So we now know if you get the right amount of sleep, you wake up, your willpower is generally at its highest in the morning. Okay, so if you need to exercise, if you need to prepare meals, if you need to do your meditation, if you need to do anything that requires that willpower, do it in the morning because you're most likely to get it done. An example would be a lot of people exercise in the morning because they know if they don't do it then, there ain't no way they're doing it later. You know what I'm saying? Number 5, avoid temptation as much as possible. Now, guys, we've only got one more after this, okay? So avoid that temptation wherever possible. What that means, guys, is make it as easy as possible for yourself to stick to the rules that you want. For example, meal preparation is a huge one. Do that on the weekend. Have some meals ready for you in the fridge so you don't have to feel like you need to go down to Macca's, or you don't need to cook that dinner. You don't need to chip into your willpower, okay? An example is, going for a morning walk as soon as you wake up. Get it done. Just don't chip away at that willpower later on in the day. Now, last one, guys, make sure you only stick to 1 or 2 or 3 changes max at a time, okay? So like training a muscle, guys, you can overtrain your willpower. If you overtrain, you ain't gonna make no improvements. That's a double negative, okay? Work with it. So you're not gonna make any improvements if you do too much at once. Your brain's just gonna, and you're gonna ditch everything and nothing's gonna work, okay? It's too much pressure, okay? You have to build it up slowly. For an example, I quit smoking many moons ago now. When I quit smoking, I focused solely on quitting smoking, okay? For 1 month. I said I'd spend 1 month and I'd quit smoking. Once that month was up, I felt like my willpower to not have a cigarette did not take as much willpower anymore. Then I moved on to the next one, which is improving health and nutrition. Okay, then I spent a month doing that, getting my nutrition right. Once I felt like that was in order, or at least tolerable or treatable there, I went on to improving my exercise 3 times a week at least. Work slowly with these changes. It's not going to happen overnight, and if you try to do everything at once, it's just going to implode. Okay, so take those tips, use them wisely. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the gym.